There comes a time in every man's life when he must puzzle out how to handle a woman's ego. In our modern era, witnessing these inflated egos is no shock. It's practically stamped into our culture. Now, this isn't a crusade against women. It's a plain observation. Far too many are held aloft by society's illusions, and by timid men who revere them without cause, warping the balance between perception and reality. But let's be clear, this video isn't about attacking anyone. It's about mending that imbalance, giving men the courage to reclaim their worth, and anchoring relationships on solid ground. Stick around till the end, and I promise the insights you'll find may very well reshape your conversations, and perhaps even your perspective on life. If you glean a nugget of wisdom along the way, feel free to reward our effort with a like and subscribe for more eye-opening lessons. Rule 1. Be a master of your domain. Let's start with a hard truth. A man who's perpetually playing catch-up in every corner of his life is no threat to anyone's ego, but his own. If you truly want to break her sense of superiority, don't race against her, race against yourself. It's the daily pursuit of excellence that sets you apart, not any head-to-head comparison. Women respect a man who radiates competence from within, not someone just puffing out his chest in a game of one-upmanship. If she's obsessed with appearances or thrives on superficial praise, outshine her by sharpening your intellect, fortifying your physique, and strengthening your finances. Don't brag, simply live your worth. Once your accomplishments speak loud and clear, her inflated ego will start to lose its roar. After all, respect isn't something you wave like a flag. It's what you earn through sheer consistency. By aiming higher than your own comfort zone, you will encourage her to step up her game too. Rule 2. Detach from her validation. Far too many modern men have stumbled into the trap of relying on women's approval for their sense of self. That hunger for constant attaboys does nothing but puff her ego up like a hot air balloon and reduce your own value along the way. True confidence is the kind that doesn't need applause because it speaks with actions, not with anxious pleas for validation. Stop fishing for her compliments about your style, your smarts, or your grand life plans. Focus instead on an unwavering belief in your own abilities. A man who stands firm in his convictions doesn't require a round of applause to feel worthy. And if you do break free from that craving for her nod of approval, you might just find she's more intrigued by your quiet self-assurance than ever before. In a world of men desperate for a gold star, be the one who awards himself. Rule 3. Compliments are earned, not given. Society, in all its so-called wisdom, has taught men to shower women with compliments like confetti at a parade. No rhyme or reason, just a flurry of empty praise. Yet each hollow accolade only puffs up egos and chips away at your own uniqueness. If you really want to stand out, be sparing with your words of admiration. Don't dish out bland flattery on her appearance. Instead, focus on genuine qualities, her dedication to a task, her generosity, or her knack for problem-solving. For instance, if she spent weeks organizing a charity event, applaud her effort. If she wowed you with her insights on a topic, recognize that intellect. Compliments like these become diamonds in a world flooded with cheap glitter. When praise is earned, it carries real weight, and it subtly yet effectively reins in a runaway ego. Rule 4. Prioritize your mission. A high-value man doesn't orbit around anyone else's desires. His life's purpose takes center stage. Paradoxically, many men abandon their own goals just to please a woman's whims, leaving her ego ballooning and his sense of self-worth deflated. The real power lies in knowing what you stand for and going after it with resolve. Whether you're gunning for a promotion, building a business from scratch, or sharpening your skills, let that pursuit guide your days. When she sees you charging ahead, focused, committed, she'll realize your sense of worth isn't tethered to her approval. That self-determination is precisely what makes you magnetic. Ironically enough, the more you show you're driven by your own mission rather than by her acceptance, the more appealing you become in her eyes. It's a testament to the age-old truth. Stand firm in who you are, and respect follows naturally. Rule 5. Master emotional control. I recall the spy saying, "Emotions are a powerful force, but if you let them steer the wheel, you're bound for a wreck." Women, he insisted, often test men to see how steady their emotional ship truly is. The moment you react in a huff, shouting, getting jealous, or storming off in a tizzy, you hand her the reins. A high-value man, on the other hand, keeps his poise. If she tries a jab, remain calm. If she tosses a playful barb, answer with a collected nod or a quiet smile. Temper tantrums and heated back and forths only inflate her sense of control. In that split second you argue, you've lost. Paradoxically, silence and composure are louder statements than any verbal sparring match. She'll sense your grounded strength, and her ego will deflate quicker than a leaky balloon. Rule 6. Be indifferent to competition. An attractive woman can draw admirers like honey draws bees. Yet a true high-value man never competes for her favor like some eager puppy. He knows his worth. If other men circle around her, gauging her interest, he doesn't panic. Instead, he observes. If she respects what you share, she'll make it clear to those other suitors that she's spoken for. If not, well, you've learned something valuable. Jealousy, after all, is a flashing neon sign of insecurity, and an insecure man hands her an ego boost on a silver platter. The secret? Keep your feet firmly on the ground. Let your quiet confidence do the talking. After all, if she's truly deserving of your time, she'll show you by prioritizing your presence over any adoring crowd. Rule 7. Embrace rejection as power. Rejection, he told me, is a territory few women navigate. They're used to being courted, flattered, and pursued. When a man has the spine to say no, or to walk away if her behavior crosses the line, it's a jolt to her inflated sense of self. By asserting your boundaries, politely but firmly, you remind her that not all men will bend or break just to keep her around. If she's rude or disrespectful, show her the door without blinking. This doesn't make you cold-hearted, it makes you principled. And that, my friend, is precisely what topples a towering ego. The realization that you aren't swayed by her charms if she fails to meet your standards. High-value men never barter their integrity for a momentary nod of approval. The very act of turning her away, should she prove unworthy, is the power move that makes her realize she can't simply coast on her looks or her presumed dominance. Sometimes letting her know you're prepared to leave is enough to shift the dynamic entirely. In truth, breaking her ego isn't about tearing her down, but rather ensuring that respect and equilibrium stand at the heart of your interactions. Embrace these 7 rules, and you'll find yourself rising above the noise, commanding the dignity and admiration every high-value man deserves. But mark my words, none of this will take root unless you commit to bettering yourself first. Think of it as watering the roots of a great oak. Once firmly grounded, the rest grows naturally. If this video sparked a moment of clarity, I invite you to share it with a fellow soul in need of these truths. Tap that like button to show your support and subscribe for more insights that might just shift your worldview. Keep yourself strong and steadfast, my friend. Life's a curious journey, and there's no better travel companion than a man who knows his worth. Until next time, stay high value and stay true to yourself.